Okay. Turn that down. Because what is that? Cool. It's Wangin' Midnight. Alright. Get up there. Okay, good. Put that back. All right. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Hardcorn, and today we've got the super special, very fantastic, the stream I've mostly been waiting for this entire time, which is the fishing episode of Stellar Blade. Today, we're going to be getting every single fish in the entire game, no matter how long it's going to take. I am wholeheartedly going to believe this game is going to crash at least 1 or 2 times today, as it always does. And we're going to be spending all our time today catching fish. Because, by God, our girl Eve here is wishing she was fishing, looking fantastic while doing it. Because we have several things we need to do with fishing. We need to upgrade fishing. We need to get enough points to upgrade fishing. We need to get all the fish at 20 at minimum today in the next few hours. And we also have to pick up 3,000 points in fishing to get the last 2 costumes we need out of that. Either way, we've got a long time ahead of us, so I'm strapped in. I'm ready to go. I got my beer. I got my chips. I got my dip. It's like I'm really going out fishing today or some shit like that. I'm pretty excited for this because this is the nice low intensity stream. I don't have to do anything really hard, and it's mostly just going to be like me blogging about stuff the whole day. It almost makes me wish I started earlier, but hey, I got to do some other stuff. But how's everybody doing today? Y'all having a good Friday? Because I sure am today. I got up early. I worked on my car, charging the battery for it right now. Want to get ready to sell it. If anybody's looking for a Dodge Neon, well, you know who to ask for. But let's see. Got some groceries. Got all my good stuff done today. Got some chicken tenderloin in the fridge along with some pork chops. I'm gonna make some chicken fingers tomorrow. Because tomorrow we are gonna have a bunch of other stuff as well. We may be starting it. Either gonna decide, depending on how fishing goes today, we will finish Stellar Blade or start a new game. Because Blue Archive is very nice for nice bi-weekly content. So there's no Blue Archive this week, which is fine by me. It's fine either way. But let's see. So today's goal. So right now we're going to be going with we need to get advanced fishing data because earlier at 600 points we are 300 right now. We also have to do where is the fantastic bait. This is the final step in the fishing side quest where all the actual hard work comes in. We need to do several things for this, which is why I reserved this specifically for today. We need to get 20 entries in the fishing codex by getting 20 different fish and then visiting Clyde. We've got to get information about the fantastic bait, talk to Roxanne, and then buy the fantastic bait. We have to find where it is in the world and do all that sort of stuff. So that's our goal today for right now, is to get 20 entries in the fish and get fantastic bait because it's the only way we can get the last category of fish. So we have to do this. So no better time than the present. Get out our fishing rod.
Now there's a familiar.
Yeah, please.
No, I don't. I want to go to shop because he sells. Because thankfully it's like you're able to get these baits by just killing regular enemies, and obviously that's really slow. So it's a good idea to make everything count as much as possible. Because like not fishing without the advanced or the maximum fishing data really hurts you a lot. Got the macro drive for Digger. We got Vitacoins. Initializers. So there's obviously like, yeah, we need to get 3,000 points. They are worth their weight in gold. And these are the special modded versions I have of it too.
Farewell, Angel.
Every failed fishing attempt, you're going to take a shot. Oh man, dude, you're going to die of alcohol poisoning within the first 5 fish. So no other, well, there's a specific fish that are located in like the various 4 other fishing spots we have right now. Because I think I have them all unlocked. So let's get started. All right, so we've got our basic bait going. We gonna flicker out. We gonna cast. I don't know how she's gonna be fishing in heels like that, but oh my god, we already got a big boy on our hands. That's a category 3 motherfucker right there. Oh, come on, girl, come on. What is it? What are you supposed to be? Stop fighting me. Fantastic, that's a new one. A butterfly fish. That's 42 points. Butterfly fish belongs to the Shenandoah family. They inhabit coral reefs and are popular as ornamental fish due to their brilliant color and beautiful swimming style. So this is the perfect time as any to start blogging about fish. When I was a child, my dad used to have a fish tank. Fish is like something that's been part of my life for obviously most of it. I love going fishing and all that sort of stuff. When I was on vacation, when I went to the Philippines, I had never been deep sea fishing before. So I always wanted to try that. And like my uncles over there said, "Hey Isaac, you want to go over there? Like go deep sea fishing with us?" And it's like, yeah, that's the one day I wanted to actually wake up early on vacation. We got up, we went out into the ocean. I think it was like 10, 15 kilometers out there off the island. And it's like, ooh, a betta. Nice. We're out there doing our thing. It's like, all right, we have like a choice of like, all right, we're going to put a drag net out there on the boat, leave it alone, see what happens. And in the meantime, like he gives me this fishing rod. It's just like, it feels like a regular rinky dinky fishing rod you get back at home. No more than probably like a 5-pound line, or at least for the most part. So we're out there, and I'm sitting there just like I'm hanging out, because it's like the best part about fishing isn't always like getting something. Getting something is like a secondary reward to fishing itself. The great part about it is being out there by yourself, just hanging, and every once in a while you may get something good, may have a fight on your hands, like this. It takes time for these things to happen. Sometimes they get away and sometimes they don't. But when I'm out there, I'm just like, I got this like, I'm pulling on the line, I'm just waiting around, I'm drinking some beer. We start our day off early drinking because that's how we do it over there on vacation. So what we do is like, I'm out there, it's like I'm catching some small fish. Nothing special about it. So we're out there in the ocean. It's like, it's about, I think, 10 or 11 at that point. And I'm like, all right, let's move to a different spot. And so we did. We got some stuff in the net for lunch that day. So we were getting ready to head back. So we put some stuff in the, oh, that's fucking fantastic. I got canned ham. We got one of those. Lovely. I love canned ham. Thanks for spamming that at the end of my hook and wasting my bait. Doesn't even give me any points. But we get out there, and I'm like, it is like, okay, let's try this bigger fishing line so you can go put this like 1-pound bait on there. And obviously, when you're out there on like the Pacific Ocean, you get some big ass fish. So we're out there. I'm like, all right, I just put it on the end of the line. I'm just checking out what happens there, and then it's like a few minutes goes by. I'm just sitting there in the middle of drinking my beer, and then suddenly I have this hard tug on the line. I'm like, what the fuck's going on there? And it's like I'm pulling on it, and it's like it's fighting back pretty hard. So it's like I'm summoning my inner Eve right there, and I'm fighting the line and everything like that. Just like, and I'm going, what the fuck's going on? It's like, oh dude, pull. They're grabbing the sticks and everything like that because we work hard. We finally pull the guy in, and it's this fucking 40-pound sturgeon Like we're like finagling this thing onto the boat, and it's just like, oh my god, dude, look at the size of this thing, and then it's like insane. I've never caught a fish that big in my entire life. And I'm holding it in my hands, and like we have to like beat it over the head like 3 times just to get it to stop. They're so slimy and they're huge. Like it feels like I just got hit by like a sack of potatoes every time it's wriggling its fins. Well, it's wriggling the fin back there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, dude, what the hell is happening? It's insane. That's one of those fishing stories for the ages. Like I always like, whenever I hear people talk about like their fishing stories, like, oh haha, that fish gets bigger every time. That's because I never caught anything that needed a story to tell. Dude, this guy fought. I've never been so like scared that I'm gonna fall over the boat, but also excited that there's something that big at the end of the line. We ate. I think like it fed all of us that day. I was so happy. It reminds me of like the first time I went and actually caught a fish in the first place. Because it's just like, all right, congratulations, there's the fish. It's like, you did this, you caught him your dang self. And the best part is, I didn't have to throw him back. It's a big ass sturgeon. We're eating that today. Boy, the fishing minigame is a lot easier when you finally get the required upgrades for it. Like, it doesn't feel like total garbage when you have to press the button a million times and not get anywhere. This almost makes me want to go play, like, Sega Bass Fishing, because that game is awesome. But honestly, that's more of like a me thing, because that type of game does not have enough content for me to essentially say we're gonna play that for 3 hours, because that's my goal for every stream, is to effectively meet 3 hours. Obviously, if we did like a newsletter stream or something, that those streams usually last like the last one we did this week lasted about an hour, which is fine by me. I wanted to keep it that way. Let's see. Now we can buy advanced fishing data. Look at that. We're maxed it out. You're leaving? Oh, of course. Well, I have to leave. How else am I supposed to fish there, Clyde? Shut the fuck up, Clyde. I need to fish. Well, we've managed to catch something every time today, which is pretty good. Because also with the Nikki DLC, they added in catchable little Chocopuni plushies for each one of for the DLC itself. So that's part of it in the first place. So we're obviously going to be fishing for Commander and the rest of the girls in the first place, which I don't know where those are at, because every time, like, I read a couple of the fishing guides in the game and they show you where those are at, but I don't think they've done much in the first place of finding out more information about finding out more information about the fish itself. Bring it on in, E. Bring it on in. Come on, give me something good to eat. Another bed of fish. Well, at least every time like I catch a betta fish with one of those, they give me enough resources returned to buy more bait. So we've caught every small fish. We can now upgrade our bait to the medium series, which is going to be a fight upon itself. Because I remember we caught a goldfish last time, a mud skipper, several bettas today, butterfly fish. That was probably the last one we needed for the category. Porcupine. That was on the first stream actually, and the crobster as well. But I don't know where we're supposed to get like the Goddess of Victory ones. There's probably a specific fishing location that I need to go to. Because now I got to go look at my list. It's like I know where the fantastic bait is. We need to get. See that for jumbo fish. Because now we need to go to Wriggling Insect, and those cost 12 apiece. I think they managed to It's not resupply itself. Because I think something like the halibut, every time that you catch it, it's like exactly 24. So it comes out to be a net 0 every time. Because I gotta change the... Shit. Come on. I'm trying to switch to the tab again, but I can't do it. Boy, once you have all three of those, it's just like it's game on. Those fish don't stand a damn chance. Because lovely, I can put all of those together in the first place. At least it gives me enough to give 2 of those. I guess that's why everybody goes to Oasis to get the to get fish, because it's the closest place with the fishing vendor, and you can get about every single fish here. Because I was reading some stuff about the fish in the first place, where you have to use strange bait, and the strange bait itself is also like it gives random items, including missing stuff. So it makes you wonder, like, do I have to just like a % chance every time to go find like the Nikki stuff? I'm not quite sure. Look at that. We throw it out there, and they always get always get great stuff out there. Mud skipper. Got myself a mud skipper. Does having more... I wonder if having more of those like little upgrade things brings the reward every time you get a fish, like it changes the cost for it. Not the cost, but like the more points you get out of them. Because it's like they're enough to be like +1 every time that you go catch every time I catch a fish, it's +1 in terms of value. Yeah, like little homeboy over there is now worth the price of 2, because it costs like 1 wriggling worm to go get that, so I'm -12. So, and that creates like, I get to buy 2 out of him every time I get that. I mean, that's more or less like I'm trying to be economical with it, because the alternative is really annoying, which is having to go out there and just kill a bunch of enemies to go get all of the bait in the first place. Which I'm kind of glad I saved this all for New Game Plus, because it takes like a lot of bait to do this in the first place to get started. That's going to be like a small shrimp. Yeah. What is that? What does it mean when it has like the 2 different categories on top of it? That's probably to denote rarity of the fish. Oh, we got lots of spaghetti. It doesn't seem like it takes it out of the... Like, when we go to the next level of baits, it doesn't do very much for us in the first place. Oh, that was fast. Come on, E, go get him. Look at this. Eve is just gonna be like a gigantic, a horrible person to this little oasis. She's gonna overfish it. All these fish are gonna die, and she can't. She doesn't even eat them. So it's like, what's the point of it, girl? You ruin it for the rest of us.
So long, Ty.
It wasn't so bad, having.
It wasn't so bad having somebody visit Oasis. Let's change your clothes. There we go. Well, this is no better time than any. Let's see. So, today I went and got some groceries. And, you know, to get paid this week, we get some groceries. That's what I do every time. Now, I love me some salsa. It's salsa's delicious. I love it homemade. I love it in the store. It's just like, it's exciting every time that I get some. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to have me some salsa. So every time that I get it, it's like, I got my salsa right here, and I'm wondering to myself, this is delicious. But every time I get salsa, there's a never-ending fact about that. I understand it's always filled with water. You get a 16-ounce jar of salsa. It's 8 ounces of salsa, the tomato paste and the spices, and 8 ounces of water. They obviously give 8 ounces of water to help give it shelf stability. So it can, it'll last a month instead of like a week. Now the thing is, I absolutely detest the fact that these things are filled with so much fucking water that for many, many years when I buy salsa, I spend the energy to drain said salsa because I'm not having it. So what I usually do is, like, I come home, I strain the salsa out of the jar, and I pick up and I try to get it out as much as possible so I can actually have the pure, unadulterated salsa in the first place. It's more or less, it's a very specific thing that I do for it. Because it's like, every time that I get the salsa, it's like, oh, I pour it in the cup, and I'll just when it finally settles, there's like an ounce of water at the bottom of like the plate I'm using. I'm like, you're just giving me like garbage here, you guys. I don't want my soaking wet chips or anything like that. I just want to have my salsa. It's a little crazy, to say the least. This is like, that's a Rio moment if I ever saw one. Because it's like, who cares about salsa that much to say, like, I don't want the water, I want to pour it out. Well, I do, because it's like, it makes the difference to me. It's all about, if I want to experience it the best I can, then so be it. Because in some cases, I also go like, chunky salsa also has more like higher flavor profiles that I like. They usually use stronger ingredients too. So what I usually do with that is, like, I'll strain the salsa. I'll do that. And then I will go and put it in a food processor and just like chop up all the salsa into finer particles, and then strain it again. I think they call that restaurant style salsa, but it's like, I don't want it like a complete like slurry. I just want it like, I want the flavor of chunky, but I don't want chunky. Because if I wanted to eat tomato chunks, I'll just go to the garden and go get a tomato that way. And then then I have to ask myself, like, oh, why don't you just go get salsa? It's like, why don't you just go make the salsa yourself? I've made the salsa myself. And it's like, when I do that, it's like, you have to add water in the salsa because you have to let it like simmer for a long time to finally let all the stuff boil down. But even then, it's like, then I make a lot of salsa, And when that happens, I won't have enough I'll have enough for myself, but I won't be able to eat it that quickly. So at that point, I'm just like, all right, I have to put water in there to make it stay stable. Because it's like, in reality, I want 16 ounces of salsa, but if I make 24, it's too much for me. Because I've had cases where I've made like 2 or 3 pounds of salsa, and I have to freeze it. You need the water in there in the first place to do it. So it's like it's a lose-lose situation, because it's like I don't want sopping wet salsa, but I also want it to stay stable enough for it. It creates a nice dilemma for me, and it makes a salsa eating very much a challenge. Not in a challenge of like I'm too stupid to put the chips in my mouth. It's a sense of I've got to work to make this salsa taste the way I want it to. It's a very specific problem. Lobster. Let's try some fish slice. See what we get from that. Because in reality, that's just something that's been sitting with me for like many years. I know I've talked about it before, but it's like I just did it today. Like I just strained my stuff and everything. So it's not too big of a deal for me. And the thing is, it's like I know most people would never ever do something like that in the first place. It's just like, because why would you ever want to just strain your salsa, just eat the salsa in the first place? It's like, no, you don't get it. There's semantics to the salsa. There's strategy to the salsa. That's just how it works. You just don't quite understand. But this week I haven't checked too much into Stellar Blade mods. They obviously have been releasing like a bunch of like progress stuff in the first place, which I'm very excited for. Because all the stuff that usually like they've made for like the last month and a half since its release has just been stuff regarding outfits. Now outfits are nice and everything like that, and making the edits, but this game is very bare bones in terms of like an action experience. I would like it to be better, because I'm really waiting for like the big gameplay overhaul mod. But the game has just got enough depth inside it to really, satisfy like the people who want to play for gameplay on their first few playthrough. Then this happens where it's like, all right, I've only have so much pretty lady action. I want more out of the game. Oh, what's up there, Darth Neo? Well, we managed to capture all the small fish, and now the real challenge begins with us having to go pick up all the rest of every category. We need medium, large, gigantic, and jumbo. We need to get 14 more fish. Well, it's more or less like 12. And that is going to be a challenge upon itself, because I think it's like they have descending rarity. So it's like anything in the small category is very easy to pick up, but all the rest of the other ones are just very hard to find. So all of today's stream is going to be finding fish. Oh, I got another lobster. Got me the motherfucking crobster. Yes, I saw that today. Like before the stream started, I went to Twitter so I could go like get ready to post today's stream, and they had they finally posted like, okay, the release date for that fish just disappeared. The release date for the Samsung store is going to release on next week on August 5th. It's going to be a really, really big day. So, because it's going to be the Android store for the Samsung releases, They have not been that transparent on it's like, all right, is it Samsung only? Is it going to be that? But it's like, and then it's that's going to be interesting to say the least. I'm glad they're releasing that. That's when paid version of Miss Bloodlord, Kara Cromwell, the Bloodlord, releases, and big updates. They're gonna have any things for they're gonna show that off. I more or less feel like when because they put out the tweet yesterday. No, I think it was like either this morning or something like that regarding, okay, we're going to put out the we're going to what is it? We're going to put it out on the Samsung Android store. So it's like okay, great. I had a feeling Kara was supposed to be our anniversary character, but the way things went for this year in terms of like payment, not payment provider, but like places where you can download the game from their stores, events, they pushed up Kara to August, which is the same time release for Radioactive Waste. But they pushed up Kara so we could have so it lines up with the release. Which now that I see like, okay, they're releasing it at the same time for the Samsung and Kara, it makes a lot of sense because it's going to give a pretty immediate surge towards towards the Samsung part, and they'll really like that because that's going to put more money in their pockets, to say the least. See, I thought Kara was going to be a Astaroth 2.0, but then when I finally saw the gameplay video for her this morning, I saw that it's like she's Phantasma 2.0 because she has Phantasma's Dreamclaw ability along with the regular version of her projectile basic attack. So it's like they let her share obviously with Astaroth because there's two powerful ladies, and then it's like and then it's like, all right, I'm Kara Cromwell and this is Jackass. I'm going to be punching the shit out of everybody with my blood weapons. I hope that she was going to have like the risk reward situation with her, in the fact that like make her attacks cost HP but she has a ton of lifesteal. It's kind of not looking like that now, which makes me sad. Makes me a little sad, which is like, because it's like, I wish that would have happened because I love the risk reward type of play you could do with that. But I already know she's going to be a little bit better than Lan Shang, to say the least, because my goodness, she doesn't have any caveats she's got to deal with. She's melee and semi-ranged. She's long distance melee, so it's like, all right, she gets all the bonuses from there. She's going to be an absolute fucking monster. And with her actually being like, you know, I want to say benevolently evil. No, that not benevolently evil or chaotic neutral. So she actually gets to be like, so she's actually probably going to help the Taimanins at some point, helping defeat Edwin Brack. A box? Oh, cool. Oh, it gives me strange bait, polymer material, and that. Because they also showed off in Kara's video, like, okay, here's what her weapon is gonna be, and her weapon itself is like, I don't want, it's not like underwhelming. It's the fact that it's like, farewell, Angel. It's not underwhelming. It's that it's a nice side grade of what she does. It's not completely overpowered, to say the least, even though it kind of is. Because the 11% skill boost bonus, well, it's like that's at 5.5, so that's 5.5. It's a 5.5 per. No, it's 5.5%. Yeah, it's 5.5% on level 1, which is where most people will have it. Because it's either she gets, because what is it? It's a 1% boost for every single stack of blood she's gonna have, which gives her a 30% just flat damage boost at level 1, which is great. And then you max it out at 60%. And the thing is, she gets stacks of blood from every single hit in the first place. The five blood discount doesn't actually matter that much. It's one of those win more conditions because she's already going to be extremely strong. Though it will be a pretty nice degree of irony to have, like, when you get to use Kara in Total War. You get to use Kara in Total War, and she's actually just beating the shit out of Black and everything like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I saw some people asking about that, whether or not Kara is going to be able to heal herself. I would imagine she would, because she's Vampire Queen situation. If you are a vampire character and you don't follow the trope of having lifesteal, people automatically will dislike you. That's just the long and the short of it. However, she's going to be one of those characters where she has such overwhelming offense that it won't matter until extremely hard content, which is why they're going to, when they finally add in Tower 120, 111 to 120, which is phenomenal. That actually makes me really happy that they're updating it more often now. So it's like, what is it, every 4 months at this point? Because our last update as of late was when Mirabelle released. So that'll be a fun stream, to say the least. I don't think it releases the same time that Kara does, so it's like the next week after. So we'll definitely have to go take Miss Bloodlord to it. What am I going to get? This is a big boy. Oh, oh my God! Look at that beauty. Oh my God, a Piraruku. Ooh, look at you. That boy gets up to 400 pounds and he's about 8 to 10 feet long. That's a beauty right there. Shoo-wee, that's I don't like to see. Good job, Evie, pulling that bitch in. Yes, sir. I can't fish. Does it change the camera angle? I could only imagine getting that fish on, like, without any upgrades. That sounds like a fight and a half. It automatically sets it. Okay. Oh, that's a category 1. The Crobster. Ching. Well, at least we made back our bait costs with with the Piraruku. Okay. Yeah, at least we made back the cost with that, which is good. Kara is gonna be something special. I actually feel very excited for this because Kara is a character I like in the first place. She's one of my favorite Kagami creations. She's white-haired, angry, pissed-off lady. So it's like, oh yeah, my type. It's the good. That's where it's at. It's like, oh yeah, sassy, white-haired woman, vampire. It's like, oh man, dude, it's like I'm back in 2009 with Twilight in full swing. It's like I am surprised. Because Kara's VN, I think, came out, it's like in the 2010s for the most part. Because I think it was before Time in Asagi 3, from what I remember. It was before that, and it's very successful. I love it. Kara does not get her wolves, but they didn't show every single skill that she has. So who knows, maybe, just maybe, we actually get to summon her wolves in the first place. It would be a nice touch, but I don't think they would do too much. If she just gets to summon blood wolves, it's like that's a nice touch in the first place. Though I'm not quite sure it's gonna be that way in the first for the most part. They have a lot of style in her attacks in the first place too. Like they reuse a lot of Phantasma's attacks. They reuse a lot of Phantasma's projectiles in the first place. But Kara has some unique ones in there as well. Like obviously they showed off the big punching attacks, and like the blood blade storm. It's gonna be great. That was the largest fish we've caught so far. It's a big ass fish. The Pirarukus actually have a unique hunting situation about them. Not them as hunters. People fish for those fish. They catch those fish specifically because of their extremely hard scales, and for the extremely hard scales because they're able to be malleable and like worked with, so you can make jewelry with them. But also their skin is super tough as well, and people make cowboy boots out of them, and they look pretty sick. And the thing is too, like I've got my list here, and it's like Fish Slice should have like a higher chance to catch large fish, but Piraruku is a higher chance, is like the next tier up from large. It's gigantic. So I guess it's like you still have a % chance to get gigantic fish with still using Fish Slice. In fact, you could probably have a % chance to get them with wriggling insect too. Because with small shrimp, I don't think you can get any of those. What's it gonna be? Damn, bro, you fought hard. Alright, we need one. Alright, Eve, go get it. Put me out. Put me out of my misery. I might have to, because this week I've been playing a lot of well, that's the I hate saying the name of that game because it's like I've been playing a lot of it's like, what are you supposed to know? It's the name of the game is called that. But anyways, it's a nice point and click visual novel experience from 1996, and let me tell you, I'm pretty sick of having it be, because like a whole bunch of games from that time are always like full screened all the time in the first place, and I hate it so much. However, the adventure is so good, I keep playing it. Sadly, I've been neglecting it for the last several days because I've been way too tired when I get home from work.
That's right, Clyde.
That's right, Clyde.
You've got...
Indeed. The way I see it,
Yeah?
well, that's that.
So I've been doing that for the most part. But since obviously Kara is releasing next week, I've got to procure myself some... I've got to go see, like... I've got to read part of her VN again so I can get some... so I can refresh myself on the information for it, because that's a really good time in the video itself to just go like, because I will tell you this much, people, if you have not been keeping up with Taba or RPGX in any capacity, this will be the first time we ever get to see Kara the Bloodlord besides events. Kara Cromwell will be you're gonna need we need to get some information out about her. Bring it in, bring it in. Sweet. Oh, rad. I got it. I got the Nikki gear. Polly. Oh, for the police? Oh, I'm not a puppy. If you call me a poopy puppy one more time, I'll bite you for sure. Grr! Grr! No weight data. Oh, haha. Wow, she weighs exactly one. Good, we managed to get one of the Nikki characters out of it. That's nice. That's one I don't have to catch. Ooh, oh, that's a fighting. That's a fighting machine. What's it gonna be? You fought pretty good there, bro. Oh, sweet. Rapunzel, hello. This wire, it's so thin and almost invisible, yet so strong, which is really great. Oh, if I tie somebody up with this, they won't be able to move at all. Oh, it's so thin it'll press on the skin, right? And that pressed part? Oh, that's the part I can't resist. What I mean is, oh, jeez. There we go. We caught both of them, and now they're...
Whatever happens, it is what it is.
And now we get all that stuff. Cool. It's 10 special bait, 360.
Here, leave if you
Clyde, open your eyes, dude. We are right. We've been here for the last, like, hour. Blood, you have got to use that brain of yours. Let's see. Let's use Air Ace White. Nice. Don't go in the water, Ebe. Well, I mean, yeah, you can read about her on the wiki. In fact, I'll probably have to do that to some degree myself, because obviously I can't catch every detail. That's also one thing people neglect to mention about the Time and Inasagi series, is that if you take out all of the Laplace, swim like a hero, bait like a hero, bite like a hero, hooked like a hero. There's our girl. That's literally our girl right there. You go, Laplace. If you take out all the sexual encounters and the bad ends for those games, they're very, very quick. Like I'm not lying. It's like you can get them done pretty quickly in terms of actual reading within like a day, because you have to do a lot of the same routes and treading over old content over and over in order to get anything actually done. So, like, you can do a pretty solid amount of reading with it. Like, you can read Time and Asagi 1 in, like, an afternoon. You literally just hold control when they have, like, the nice sensual encounters or a bad end, and you'll be on your way before you know it. Big boy on the line. Oh, Lord, he's fighting me. He's fighting. Just what could this monster of the river beast be? Come on, get in. Get in. Who's it gonna be? What's that? An arowana! Oh, sick! The arowana is an ornamental fish belonging to the bony fish family. Popular as an ornamental fish, it was once threatened with extinction. It has been successfully farmed and is now a common large tropical fish. It inhabits slow flowing waters or swamps and can be as big as 15 centimeters to a meter, depending on the species. That's true. I've got a nice arowana statue back at home with my parents. It's like it's, and when we went to the Philippines, we saw them all the time. Pretty cool. You know, it feels pretty bad when I have to pick up a category 1 fish with the special bait. Because those category 1 fish barely even cover the cost of those fish in the first place. Oh my God. Jesus. He's fighting. He's fighting. Oh my God. What is in that? What is in this pond? Oh my Jesus, look at that thing. We caught Jaws, motherfucker. Look at that. The great white shark. That's our biggest catch today. Look at that. The great white shark is one of the largest predatory fish in the world and is known as the top predator of the sea. Sharks grow until they die, so there are records of individuals exceeding 7 meters in length. A very skilled hunter, this shark hunts prey quickly and quietly. Got $204 out of there. Oh, nice. That's what I like to see. That's good. 517.4 kilograms. That's how strong Eve is to pull up a gigantic shark like that. Like, look at that. Jaws looking dumb as hell right there, like he just got caught out. Great white shark. Great white. Whoa. Make me say wow. So now that means we have managed to catch all 3 of them in the gigantic category, which is good. Oh man, that's got a lot of health. Come on. Come on. Oh. Ah, nice. Another Pirarucu. Hell yeah. There's only a 24-point difference between a great white and a Pirarucu. But there's almost 5 times the weight. You know, that's a real missed opportunity there, because there's one category of bait that is higher than special. It's called the fantastic bait, which is what we're trying to get now. The thing is, it's like they really could have just said, like, they just call it the stellar bait. It's so easy. It's so easy. I mean that's probably like, oh, they wanted to avoid a low-hanging fruit situation. But it's like, it's so easy. It's like, just call it the stellar bait. I mean, come on, it just makes too much sense. Is that another one? Oh, another arowana. Sick. Alright, we need more bait.
Clyde, you're
Only now.
7. We're almost there to that. Dude, I'm right here. I've been here the entire time. Open your eyes, Clyde. Oh yeah, I have Discord open right now, so I'm looking at the in my server, I posted the link for this, and it shows off the thumbnail I made today for specifically the fishing stream. Because what's special about it is it's like obviously I use Photoshop for all these. So anytime like Photoshop is like the best friend you could ever ask for, because they Photoshop is like it's very complicated to use on the surface. It feels there's so much. Another Pieruku baby. Ooh, that one's big. Look at that guy. Photoshop's like the best friend you could ask for because on the surface they seem really complicated and hard to understand. But once you get to know them, it's actually really intuitive. And when you finally figure out something about them or make a breakthrough on that, you feel like a fucking genius. Like it honestly makes me like feel incredible because I did something. Oh, it's another great white shark. Oh fuck yes. There's a function in there. It's like, oh, you do like invert the mask. You use the levels coordination panel so you can take out the backgrounds on pictures. And I did that today because like everybody is like, every time you look for like a PNG of like, I needed the PNG of like the bass fish and for the Bass Pro hat. So what I did was like, all right, oh, there's another one. Look at that bad boy right there. He's even bigger, 925 kilos. Shit. I bet we can catch 1,000-pounder. I bet we can catch a. No, I think like no, 1,000 kilos is like what 1,800 pounds. He's almost like 2 tons right there. Eve is pulling up a 2-ton fish. But like when you make a breakthrough in something like learning Photoshop, it makes you feel fucking incredible. Like you did something like you just like learned arcane secrets and you found this and you just discovered something about the universe. It feels awesome when that happens. Because obviously like the Bass Pro Shop hat and the bass fish, both of those had white backgrounds. And obviously everybody likes to look for the PNG because it has no background. Well, now I finally learned how to correctly use Photoshop so I can use vector graphics correctly and get nice results. No frills, no edges, correctly modified so I can get all the details of the picture. It feels pretty fucking great. It makes me really happy because now it feels like awesome. I'm getting better again. Ooh, that's gonna be another Pieruku. I think there's actually a few places we have to go to in terms of like we have to travel to a few more fishing spots because there's a couple of places where there's only they only spawn in certain places. An arowana, like he's on marijuana. Okay, perfect. That's enough right there.
Clyde, you're
Only now.
What'd you come all this way for? First, we're going to get oblique. Pick that up. I need to buy more special bait.
Farewell.
Because we need to go do a few more of those. We're going to change your clothes. I mean, now that we've made enough money to actually finally start picking up those big fish, which is really great because now I can just keep doing that and get the money to get these smaller fish. Never feel my beast a burden. I walked for miles, baby. Ooh, my hand is hurting. Where is it? Because it's one I haven't unlocked yet. My graphics card is not liking me switching all the time with that. It's at the top because you haven't bought it yet. Equip now? Yes. Good. Give her a haircut. I don't know why they didn't work in the first place. It's like I did that. Whatever. The white fox mask, the A2. I can get Moonlit Beauty. There we go. Perfect. Now we got Gigantic Booty Eve. She's got tan lines in it. Oh, that's right. I picked that because I wanted that specifically on there. Of course, this one is modified because this is not what it originally looks like. I can already see there's a level of deformation too when she runs. Good. We're halfway through the journey on there. But we still don't have enough fish. Here's the thing though, we managed to fish for 3 of these in a row, and I bet these are like really low % chances to get them. Got 1 halibut. Well, we had to get the halibut because it was required. We barely caught any medium fish. A mackerel, a Chanel catfish. Oh. Well, it does seem like every time that we use special bait, that diminishes the chance for us to get small type fish, which is good. I wish Fish Slice did that. Oh, big boy, big boy. That's another Pirarucu. Because we certainly need the money again. See, we're catching so many of these now. Oh, that's a baby. Only 101 kilos. He's young. Switch that up with Fish Slice. We gotta throw down the Sleazy Slice. Does she have inverse kinematics? She does. I should have probably expected that because her ankle behavior is like, in reality, she would have just put her entire foot through that bamboo cladding. That's a small fish. $36. All right, at least it makes back the cost of each one of these baits I keep using. Like they have a couple of mods that take out the plastic parts or like the semi-clear parts over there, which I didn't care too much about that. Dude, this Mud Skipper, what are you doing? You're costing me the entire run here. You see, now I'm wondering, like, with how long fishing takes in the first place, it makes me wonder, like, are there people who go out like, I'm gonna do Stellar Blade speedrunning, and when that happens, they do shit like, all right, now for the 100% category, you have to get every single fish. I would really hope they don't do anything like that because that just sounds like a really great way to just artificially lengthen everything. That or they have like a different category for 100%. Like, you know, it's like all side quests, all bosses, everything like that, all DLC missions and everything. And then it's like if they have like true 100% where you do the fishing and it suddenly takes like, oh, you have like the best run ever, but you'll lose all the time you saved on fishing. See, now my question is, what is it? They have mods for this where they have like the fishing itself, where they instantly exhaust the fish in terms of like that. And I just wondered to myself, these are probably the same people. I said the same thing myself when I was playing it. I'm like, why does this happen in the first place? Is this how it works every single time? But no, it doesn't. What it does is like they want you to do the fishing at least enough to, one, accomplish the mission regarding it, so you can get enough points and get the fishing upgrade. Because at the fishing tutorial, you'll have to go to the shop, and it shows like, all right, it's mostly pretty disheartening when you pick up like the small categories of fish, and you barely get any points, like for fishing score. So when you're doing that, you're just sitting there saying like, ah, damn it, this is gonna take me forever to get it. But the thing is, it's one of those, the initial cost is very high, and then it decreases pretty drastically as you keep leveling it up. Because there's 2 that you buy from our guy over here, and 1 you get from the mission, 1 you get from a side quest. So if you get all of them, and the 1 you get from the side, and like you buy 1 from him, and you get the other from the side quest, you'll have level 2, which means you'll be able to fish pretty efficiently at that point. And then you can buy the 3rd upgrade, and you can start catching like big fish, and get whatever you want. Like right now, I got a whole school of betta fish. I remember we'd go visit, I think it was like one of my grandmas, or at least we called her grandma. Like in the town my dad grew up in there was a like an assisted living facility just out on the outskirts of town, and that's where she lived. She had this vase that had like some flowers, some rocks in there. She made it into a little aquarium, and she raised betta fish in there. She always had her fish in there. It was named Charlie. I always like to stick my hand in the vase and go try to play with the fish. It's very fun. It makes me very nostalgic every time I see like the betta fish, because it's like she named the fish Charlie. There were many Charlies over time, but obviously I got to meet only a couple of them. But that's the whole thing about it. It's like, you think like such fish, they look very like floaty and angelic, like angelfish. But in reality, they're fighting fish. They'll beat the shit out of each other just to get it on with the mates. There's a polar goldfish buddy over here. Look like he ain't doing nothing. See, they have like these fish slices and everything. A bitter flea fish. Boy, I was getting better results out of the special bait. Because I'm pretty sure it's like we'll have to... I need to check my list again. Because it's only at Oasis that you can catch certain fish. I see. So okay, so we need to use strange bait because now I'm looking at the list. It's like the DLC stuff. If you need to, because the strange bait puts the random pool of objects, so it gives us a bunch of trash. It could either range between giving us something good to eat or it gives us junk again. But we have to effectively catch... Because the second half of the Nikki DLC fish are in there. Oh, nice. The Red Hood cassette tape. Sick. Red Hood's best track. Our hometown is far away. The blazing blue sky. The scent of the bakery, the laughter of friends, a gust of wind blows. Please tell my friends, my soul will return to the sky above our hometown. I think that's from the event itself. Because I actually remember that one. I played the game when that was on. I was too weak to do anything in the event, so I had to live with that. Wow, I don't even need to tap it. It's just like... Oh, I do need to tap it. I'm like, damn, that does a lot. Neon's glasses. Wait, what? Neon's dead. She's gone. Yep, she's dead. Wait, aren't you supposed to say something like she'll live on in our memories or something? No, she's completely dead. I'm not dead. Neon, no. Need to... We have one more. We have one more at least for Nikki DLC fish. Boy, these cans of tuna really know how to fight back. Shazoom, and there she is, Snow White. Oh, next time I'd like you to prepare more bait. It was a bit chewy, but the flavor wasn't bad. Everybody's favorite connoisseur. Everybody's favorite pilgrim mold, everybody. Look at there, it's Snow White. Cinderella. Cool, now we caught all the Nikki DLC fish. So let's see, next we have... the fish. So it looks like a lot of these medium fish are not at the Oasis. They're all in very specific locations. So they all need wriggling insect. So. Putting the moves on her like that. Let's pick up a lot of them. Alright, we have to leave the Oasis for the time being because we have to come back later on. So, I guess you can't catch any medium fish at Oasis. So we need to go to one of three places. The plant, Clock Tower, or the Zion Wasteland Path. Yeah, okay. So that's what we'll do. Because there's certain fish that are only in certain locations. So we'll have to combine. Let's see. I want to see if I want to combine that sort of stuff. We'll go to the Zion Path. Because if Zion Wasteland Path has the largest pool of fish, but it also is the hardest to get all the fish. And that doesn't change the fact that it's got damn it, what's it called? It's got small fish in there too. And you can't buy bait here, which kind of sucks. Or at least, I don't think you can buy bait at Edo 7. Not Edo 7, but at Zion. I honestly didn't know this was a fishing location for like the longest time, because I never have to go like this path like in any capacity, because like you either warp to the phone and just warp back to the safe house, or I just select the door icon and go from there. But nope, this is apparently like the location to get like fancy fish. Look, there's toxic waste and everything. Yummy, look at that. These fish gotta be like having superpowers or some shit. There we go. She's sitting there like a bump on a log and do be fishing like that. Well, I can already see that we're going to catch like a medium fish of some sort. There we go. Sea bass. Look at that. We got the Bass Pro Shop Special. Well, it's not actually like the big mouth bass everybody knows. The nose is different. But there we go. All right. We weren't even using the wriggling insect. We were on the shrimpy buddies. Hang already. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bring it on in there, Eve. Fantastic. A slammin'. The slammin' salmon. The salmon is a fish of the salmonid family. It is famous for its meaty texture and good taste, and thus is popular as an ingredient, often smoked or grilled. As is typical of migratory fish, it is born in rivers and lives in the sea. During its breeding season, it goes up the river and lays eggs upstream. Salmon grow up to 70 centimeters while in the sea. Big boys. My mother really loves salmon. She buys it all the time, and every time if we get a chance to catch any salmon, she'll like fillet it and prepare it. However, it depends on what she's doing with the salmon. It could honestly range between phenomenal, and it's some of the best I've ever had, or it's a hockey puck and everything but the design. A triggerfish, cool. Is that a medium fish? Yes, it is. But she makes that every once in a while, and I do appreciate it. Like every time I go over to the house, it's like if she's making salmon, I'm taking like 3 fillets with me. Because I know it's either like, one, it's salmon that I didn't have to buy, because it's always expensive. And 2, it's going to taste pretty damn good. Because when I was working at a Sam's Club, I loved working near them. I loved that our like being a contractor, we were over there to the side. We were next to the meat department, so we were next to meat and we were next to sushi. So whenever they didn't have sushi that they could sell, I would ask them for it, and I'd take it home with me. Or if there was meat getting ready to expire, I got first pickings on those bad boys. And let me tell you, people would not want salmon because it always was quote unquote too expensive. So when that happens, it's like I'll take it. It's like bam, they get rid of it. Get a nice, either I get it half off, or it's like the package was already open, so it's like from the sushi, so I get it for free. That's like the best part about working at a grocery store is if things are damaged or anything like that, and they can't sell it, it's like it's yours. It just needs to disappear because they've already wrote it off. But anyways, we caught ourselves a big koi. My boy, the big koi over here, he turns coming to fish into a dragon, the Magikarp species. Because the koi is a species of carp that has been bred for ornamental purposes. Their body is colorfully patterned and come in a variety of colors: white, black, red, yellow, blue, and cream. It can grow as small as 15 centimeters to as large as a meter, depending on the size of the habitat. So I also have a story about koi, too. When I was a kid, my mom had a friend, and when we would go to her house for like parties and such, they ran an aquarium and ornamental fish business, and in their backyard, they had this like gigantic pond, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool to just like hang out and do stuff with that, but in reality, that was part of their business. He had the fish there, like the guy, like her husband had the fish there, and that's where he would raise the fish, and it was a pond full of gigantic koi. Like these fish were enormous. Like he had a bunch of like old and new and very young koi as well. So they were just sitting there, and like you got a little like he'd give you like a little bit of fish food, and you go up to the side of like the side of the pond, and like you'd put your hand out there and they eat out of the palm of your hand. It's really cool. I was honestly like, oh, that's really cool. I like that. I've always wondered how koi tastes, because I was wondering like, are these relatives of like goldfish or something? Because they look like it, but it's like no, they're apparently relatives of the carp family. Now look at this idiot right here, the red sea bream. The red sea bream belongs to the Spirade family and are classified as the largest species of sea bream, as they grow over to be a meter. Their red bodies are considered auspicious and are thought to bring good luck and fortune. The red talisman fish. Well, at least we're getting about a new species of fish every other cast, which is good. Sweet, there we go. A triggerfish. Let's see, we've got red sea bream, koi, slammin', triggerfish, sea bass. I think I caught a mackerel. I think we caught a Chanel catfish. No, I did that off screen. I had to do that for the mission we were doing. So we're missing football fish and something else. Nine fish. That must mean a lot. So we got the salmon, Chanel catfish, koi, sea bream, mackerel, the bass, triggerfish. So that means I'm missing football fish and... Well, this doesn't show 9 fish on here, which means I'm missing something else. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Did we catch a mackerel? Yes. Yep. So it's missing. I get the triggerfish. Oh, we're missing the flying fish and the footballer. I like the idea behind flying fish because it's like, you know, you obviously get the funny English saying, it's like, oh, what's the name of the restaurant? The Frying Fish. But then you also have like these fish, nuclear waste again, radioactive energy in a can. Those flying fish have, like, you know, they have the wings that they can spread out to, if they catch a good headwind behind, if they catch a good tailwind behind them, they can use that to be out of the water for a few moments, fly a couple hundred meters to get away from predators, which is fantastic to say the least. You don't get to hear about it, you know, just like a fish that goes and flies and some shit like that. It's impressive to say the least. However, because they are also unable to flap their wings or control, like, you know, making a sharp turn or something, besides going back in the water, they're very susceptible to flying predators, like not sturgeon fish, not sturgeon. It's like it's a predatory birds and stuff like that that are usually would dive in the water. However, the flying fish make it easy. They just fly in the air because they usually, if they're going to fly somewhere, it's because they're trying to get away from something. So they usually get caught between a rock and a hard place with the fact that, okay, I'm going to just be like, imagine yourself as like the little flying fish sitting there swimming for your life, and you decide that the fish behind you is just like, it's just terrifying. I'm trying to run away. So you decide to swim down, then swim up and jump out of the water to glide away. But it turns out to be unsuccessful because you don't realize that until you're out of the water that you've got a headwind behind you and you lose a lot of speed. And you're trying to glide the best you can, but you feel another presence behind you, or something's trying to nap at you, is a gigantic bird. So you decide to pick the lesser of two evils and go back in the water to catch your breath. But then, lo and behold, the gaping jaws of death await you as soon as you arrive back into the ocean, and you succumb to either heaven or hell. You either face the wrath of divine justice either way. And that's the life of a flying fish. It sucks. Them boys just don't stand a chance, to say the least. Though I'm pretty sure it's like the ones that do survive, though, they make a whole big clutch of little fish, to say the least. So they're full up to the brim with that. A fucking tire? I like how they have an environmental message with it. Tires that have become marine debris adversely affect the mudflat ecosystem. This means catching them is a good thing. Big old gigantic truck tire they throw out in the ocean. All right, what's it gonna be? Whoa! Oh, a football fish. I think that's what they call the lamprey. No, that's different. Football fish are deep-sea fish characterized by their hanging lanterns. The tentacles on their head are evolutions of fins that attract prey within light. As the females are much larger than the males often live off of them like parasites. Huh. All right, we got the football fish. Excellent. Only thing we need now is a flying fish. All right, let me open up today's beer. cigarettes. Is that hair a PC mod? Yes, it is. Because I like the way it looks a lot. The bun is an acquired taste, and it is most certainly a mod. Because I wish, because that's one thing about this game. They have like their hairstyles range from questionable and into why it made it into the game at best to that looked pretty good. It's very difficult to understand, to say the least. Same with their like earring and glasses choices. Oh, that would be really great. That would be a cool idea for a stream. Well, at least for like a bi-weekly series, is The Sims, just modded Sims or something. The Black Okami, I'm surprised you didn't go remark about the whole, is the skin suit modded in the first place? Because it is. The original version of this doesn't have tan lines, or doesn't make her ass look that big. Toe jam Paul. Yeah, 100%. That's the whole thing about Stellar Blade on PC. You can do all kinds of fun mods with it. Because I won't lie, it's the same situation with the game's like hairstyles and like other choices. The outfits range from really, really good, I like them a lot, to they have too much going on. They have too much going on in the first place and don't look very good. It kind of makes me wonder, like, did they get the same, because like this is Shift Up, it's the same people who made Nikki and everything like that. You would think, I don't think they got the same people to work on them on that. But there we go, there's our flying fish. Fantastic. Got the frying fish. Let's see. 6, 15, 16, 19 fish. So we're just shy of getting the fantastic bait. So we need to go get large fish. The large fish, the large fish. So let's see. Clock tower, the plant. Okay, because we need to go, only one of them is in specifically the hidden northwest cave, but we can get all the rest of them at the clock tower. But that certainly is going to require a return trip to go get some of the new, to go get some new items. No, I have made a mistake.
Are you ready to leave now? No regrets.
I have to be careful because if I hit head to the orbit elevator, it will automatically start the next sequence of the game, and it won't put me in like a point of no return, but it's like, well, obviously I don't want to do that because then it defeats the whole purpose of the fishing stream. Okay, let's see. We need to get more of the fish slices. Okay. Because we have to come back here to finish off the gigantic fish. We need to catch one more species of fish to get the 20 needed.
Yeah, I assume the fish.
Whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's like, I don't think the DLC fish for Nikki count.
So long.
It wasn't.
Let's actually check that out. So let's try and ask Clyde about the bait.
Now there's a familiar.
Yeah, I assume.
Whatever. Fishing's a thing you can do and all. It's always helpful to know some.
Are you going to tell me about
Are
it?
you going to tell me a good spot?
Sometimes I'm talking about the path that connects. Look
Oh, we were
carefully
just
between the
there.
cliff.
All right. I'll try that spot.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. So the fantastic fishing data is part of that then. That means we've caught the 20 required to do it. I guess the Nikki ones do that in the first place. Oh, you've only got PS5 only. Well, this game is actually very demanding on, well, it's demanding and also not very demanding on PC. Like, I'm running this on like a 5700 XT from like many years ago. And it does a pretty good job. It can't run it on like the highest settings, but it does pretty good for the most part. When you're faced with monstrous creatures. Well, we're down to 400 again. Let's go get our fish, the fish. Because we need to pick up Wave Diver and polarized sunglasses.
So long.
It wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so bad visiting Oasis. So it looks like thanks to the Nikki fish, we can go. Well, I mean, I was talking about this earlier. The fishing itself isn't the hardest thing in the world. It just takes like a lot of upfront time because the points have been rolling in pretty easily for us for the most part, which has been great. I love it a lot. But the initial like setup to get like the first one or two upgrades for fishing is like that's where the hardest part is. It's a really good way to, I wish they would have made it, you know, the curve be a little bit more smoother, because it's pretty rough to do. Let's see, we need to go. Visit Clyde, gain information about fantastic bait. I don't know. I don't think we did that. We need to go to, oh, we obviously have to go back to Zion. Talk to Roxanne. And then go find the fish, because it's going to be inside one area that we have. Well, I went there on like my last playthrough.
Come back to the Tetra Pump.
Okay, I guess I'll do that. I hated the fishing at first because it's kind of rough to do. But then over time, I've come to enjoy it because it's I don't feel like I'm wasting bait anymore because I would fail like the situation. Because like when you first start off with the fishing, you're very likely to fail at least a couple of times, which is a pretty real analog towards fishing. It's like, yeah, when you're first starting out, you're not going to catch anything, or it's going to get off the line or something.
Roxanne Angel. I didn't come.
I didn't come here for that. Prototype diving suit. Information Oasis. Orca Pathfinder. Okay, we're not actually done yet then. Those cost 28 apiece, and they do not look very good at all.
I had let's.
Do you really need all side quests? Because it's like you only need to do you need to do the fishing side quest stuff for that in the first place. Because let's see, we need Data bank. I guess it only really counts core game fish. So let's go to the clock tower.
Are you ready to leave now?
Are
No
you ready
regrets.
to leave, Adam? It sounds like you are. It's okay. You can be honest, Adam, if you want to leave. It's okay. Well, if you want to leave that badly, we can. I don't think there's any like water deformation for Eve. Let's see, abandoned station, plaza entryway. I hope they got lots of spaghetti. Oh no, that's stuck over there. What a very unique area. They don't do anything else like the clock tower puzzles again. I would have really liked them to do something like that. It was very cool. Back home again. Welcome to the clock tower. Dang, I did not choose my bait correctly. So now I gotta deal with that in the first place. Since I have like the highest level of the fishing things, all these fish just fall apart. There's a mud skipper. I knew it was gonna be a difficult one, to say the least. All right, let's fish slice. Now this one's fighting. Hopefully this is a large category fish. Oh, cool. A mahi-mahi. Nice, there we go. That's exactly 20 different fish, and that satisfies the condition. See, the mahi-mahi is a fish that belongs to the family of Cory that inhabits many tropical seas. It's a large fish that can grow up to 2 meters long and features a lump on its forehead. They mainly move close to the surface, swimming at high speed and sometimes jumping out of the water. These mahi-mahi are predators of the flying fish. But now that we've caught all 20 of the required fish, it's like we're that much closer. So that means the condition is satisfied, at least for the quest. I hope I get a halibut. Maybe I can get a sailfish. Whoa! Ocean sunfish, 1,358 kilograms? What the hell? Ocean sunfish are very large fish belonging to the sunfish family. They can grow up to 4 meters in length and weigh up to 2 tons. They lay over 300 million eggs at a time, but only a small fraction of them actually develop into adults. They're known to be gentle despite their large size. That is heavier than the great white we caught earlier. Like that last great white was like 978 kilos. This guy's 600 kilos more. What a heavy guy. Eve pulls that thing up like it's nothing. Honestly, quite incredible. Well, that's nice. So we've already got Halliburton, the sunfish, mahi-mahi. We'll probably, the only thing we can get here now is the sailfish, because next we have to get Pacific bluefin tuna, which is in the wasteland. That's a category 2 fish. Yummy, a mackerel. Mackerel are delicious. That's the one thing I miss about, well, over back here in the Midwest, we don't get a lot of fresh, like, saltwater fish. That's why I like when I go to Florida, I get to catch saltwater fish and they taste so much more different than freshwater. And especially when I was on vacation in the Philippines, they had that stuff out there. Lots of fish we got every day. They're always fresh. It's like, oh. Ooh, I'm missing it. I also don't miss it sometimes. I don't know, Eve. What do you think about that? Oh, the shadow effects don't have the dithering on them, so they're all pixelated at the end. The thing is, I can't put any higher effects in the first place because it will crash my computer. I'm serious. Like this last month and a half that Stella... A sea cucumber. It's a fish cake. Processed food in a cylindrical container made from fish flesh. Why does something like this get caught? Perhaps only Mother Spear knows. Oh, that's a little bit of sussy fish cake there. But no, over the course of this month and a half, this is like probably the most demanding game I've ever had to run in terms of modern stuff. Because most of the time it's like I can't even play other modern titles in the first place because they're always so poorly optimized. This has been like the most stable experience so far. And I can run it to a point where it actually looks okay at best. But it's I get to see just how much my graphics card has been aging, to say the least. But for most of my endeavors, it certainly covers it pretty well. A halibut. Got myself a Halliburton. 162 kilograms. Goodness gracious. Imagine picking up one of those guys. Oh, a tire. They don't give me any points. Like, I remember a few weeks ago I wanted to see, like, alright, what is this game going to look like at maximum level graphics? Because I wanted to turn it up as high as possible and, like, for a few moments see what it actually would look like, you know, on proper settings. Because they have a nice little meter in the options menu to show, like, okay, you're turning on all these graphics options. Here's what we expect in terms of VRAM for your GPU. And it shoots it all the way up to like 14. And I'm like, yep, I'm not going to have much of a chance as soon as I load in the game. So I did that as soon as I loaded in. I went to like Zion. And it's like, all right, what's happened there? And the game just like chugs to 30 FPS. and then it says bye bye, and it all my screens go black, my main display goes green, and it's like congratulations. Thankfully, we were about to exhaust Stellar Blade of all of its worth, so I can go back to living easier with that. But I guess 4 monitors of various resolution together does not make for GPUs liking that very much. Because I remember there's like what we're playing Stellar Blade on now, that's 1920, and then I have a 1680 by 1050 on the right of this, and then in vertical format, and then the next one to the left of this monitor, that's also 1920 in vertical format, and the one next to that is horizontal format 1920. So it makes it think like it's a much larger singular display all at once. Another fish cake. This does remind me, though, I probably should check on the progress of that in-game outfit selector mod for Stellar Blade, because that's one I've been looking very much forward to that, because for the longest time people have been doing just if you wanted to replace an outfit, that's just fine. That's what you had to do in the first place, which is fine by me because some of these outfits look kind of crap, so I wouldn't mind them getting replaced. But most of the time people design the outfit replacements to be for people who are going to play this for about 45 minutes. So they always replace Planet Diving Suit version 1. Oh, it's like it's Planet Diving Suit 7th version 1. So there's so many outfits that replace it that there's no way for most people to use all those funny mod outfits together, because they'll conflict and crash your game. So it makes me wonder, like, why do they do that in the first place? I wish there was a utility where it's like they didn't have to overwrite an outfit and you could use custom content that way. And now they do. Now they have it. There we go. That's my boy right there. The sailfish, aka the swordfish. Because sailfish belong to the marlin family. They are characterized by their sail-shaped dorsal fin and are known as one of the fastest fish in the world. They can grow up to 3 meters in length, and they hunt their prey with their sharp beaks, so you need to be careful you don't get stabbed while fishing. Well, of course, it's like, we know this is the swordfish. It's the swordfish, man. Who doesn't know that? If On Guard from Donkey Kong Country. Alright, now we've cleared that. Blah, 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 blah. Excellent. No, I don't think there's a warpable there. It's off to the side. No. They only got a bunch of these one-way trips. I gotta go to the next area to do it. If there was any item that I would like to see in this game, it would have been something to warp you back to your last previous bonfire you rested at. Just give me some homeward bones. It's so easy. I mean, for the most part, they're all so close together. But it's like, at that point, it doesn't matter. That's not a warpable one. We need to go to the construction site. Come on, Eve. Shake that thing. Let's go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, next we need to go to Silent Street because that's where the that's where the ship is located, so we can finally head back to the wasteland.
I trust you, but
All right, next up is the wasteland, so we can fit. No, I just realized we're out of bait for fish slices. We need to go back. We've got to go back to the past. Got to get over there and talk to. His name is not Levi. Go back to the desert. Go buy some bait. There's got to be a better way to do that. You would think it's like there's got to be like more than one bait salesman at any point in this game, because it's like why relegate it to the one area? It's like having to go to the it's like having to go to a bait and tackle shop. Like you only have like what? It's like if they limited bait and tackle shops to only one per county. So wherever you are in the county or into like an area like that, you have to go to that spot. Because the alternative is very slowly killing a ton of enemies to go get it. Oh, I'm so angry I could just beat the crap out of this guy.
Clyde, you're...
Oh, now,
Cloud. There we go. About the fantastic bait.
I'm sure by now you've caught on to the importance of baits. Isn't that right?
Of course. A bait can make a huge difference.
But of course, Clyde, we are the masters of bait, to say the least.
Go fishing for real. Accept no substitutes. Maybe we can call it fantastic bait.
Fantastic bait?
Yeah, and I only have one piece, so I can't sell it. Don't even know where I'd go looking to get more. If you manage to get your hands on that, I'll let you in on the location of the best fishing spot I know.
All right. Fantastic bait, you say? Maybe I'll get lucky.
If you
Well, of course I have to leave. What else am I supposed to do? So now, obviously we satisfied the 20 fishes condition. That means we get to go back to Zion, talk to Roxanne, and we get to go find out the location of the bait. But I want to do that because I'm getting tired of traveling. We'll go to Zion because Pacific bluefin tuna and the bait, the fantastic bait, are both located in the wasteland. So we'll save a trip. Alright, Roxanne's over here, so at least it isn't too hard to find her from there. Okay, Roxanne, we're back.
Roxanne,
Of course. What brings such...
I'd appreciate it if you stopped talking like that.
So the information regarding Fantastic Master Bait. The power efficiency of the nano elements is so mind-blowing that TetraStar advertised their micro machines as having infinite work time according to corporate reference plans. It wasn't a lie, and because of that, a variety of macro machines appeared, offering practical use in several fields. I'm sure you can imagine which fields fishing maniacs use micro drones, embedded with TetraStar's licensing mark, as fishing bait and toss them into the water. They were 100% waterproof, held lifetime power, and perfectly mimicked a small fish's movements. It was truly a fantastic bait. Those type of micro machines are no longer produced. However, if you got your hands on old goods, assuming they're still intact of course, they might still move like they should. Try searching the waters near the Great Canyon in the Wasteland. There's a report of a fantastical item that's there. Oh, and remember the code. Common Rider O's and Beta Beta Beta.
I had a good time.
Let's leave it.
I love that. She does not like Roxanne because she's like way too horny all the time. It's like, let's leave it at that. I do not appreciate being treated like a piece of meat. Because remember, when the ladies do that, it's okay. But when the guys do that, whoa, better stop. That was terrible. All right, so Fantastic Bait is there. But first we need to go head over to the secret secluded grove so we can go get the other one. Oh, Eve, thank you for ruining my 4 momentum. I shouldn't have expected any less. Let's just take it normally, I guess, for the most part. I'm telling you, every time it's like every time I use one of the shooting mechanics in this game, it just makes me think they should really just make a Resident Evil clone. Let's call it like Natiba Crisis. There we go. Call it Natiba Crisis. That would be absolutely perfect. Because it'd be the perfect spin-off. You could copy a Capcom property and they wouldn't care. And it'd be great. Because the shooting mechanics in this game are really fun. And learning how to integrate them properly into your playstyle against like bosses and such is like really, really useful. It's a lot of fun. But it's like they only use them for like 2 areas, like 2 mandatory areas. And I'm like, damn it. Please use them more often. These are awesome. Now, they usually show fish around here. Because, I mean, this is the hidden northwest cave. They don't show any fish here for the most part. Ugh. That's the plant. Well, I mean, there's no use in not trying, so. Oh, that's the first time we actually get to see Eve's fish tracker in action. So I'm pretty sure like this is a nice large body of water. That or there's something I need to do to unlock Hidden Northwest Caves. The fish is for there at least. Let's see. Oh. So there are fish, it just takes a longer time to get them. Come on, buddy. Be what I need. You fought pretty good. A Halliburton. Well, it ain't no tuna, that's to say the least. Hidden John Glidden Northwest Cave fishing. Yeah, that's exactly right. It just feels weird because like the arowana is obviously not is considered a gigantic level of fish, but it's also like it's not that big of a fish. The sailfish and the sunfish, well, the swordfish and the sunfish are like they are really really big. They should be considered in that, not just in the large category. Well, we're catching stuff, so we're just probably gonna be here a while. What's up there, Jeff? Today's the big stellar fishing. The stellar fishing, yeah, we'll call it that. It's stellar fishing tonight. So we got all kinds of little fishing buddies so looking forward to. Making pretty good progress. Because we only have like one regular large fish left. We only have one of those, which is fine. And then we only have, and after that, we are going to finish the, oh my goodness, what's it called? We got to find the jumbo fish category, which means getting the stellar bait. No, it's fantastic bait. It's just such a missed opportunity. Why didn't you call it the stellar bait? It's like, it's perfect. What does that affect though? Does that appear on there? Huh. Because on my side of the screen it shows like this faint black outline on Eve and the fishing rod and everything like that. So it makes you wonder like what is that? Is that like a rendering thing for like Unreal Engine or something? Dude, her legs are huge. She's like got the Chun-Li thighs. Oh. Goodness gracious. Got me burping because I guess this is since it's the cave, it's the slower fishing segment. Because I only need one fish, and the thing is the hidden northwest cave has like 10 fish, so it's like a 1 in 10 every time. Come on, be something good I want to eat. All right, you got some pretty good amount of health behind you. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. That's what I like to see. Bring it on in, E. Bring it on in. Oh, nice. Another sunfish. Look how big that guy is. Man. Oh wow, that's gotta be like a young guy. 700 kilograms. And our biggest one over there was 1,358. Huge. Huge. Now that's a winner right there. That's a lot of health. I think we got another sunfish on our hands. How did I know? How did I know? 425, that's even smaller. Wow, I must have cost like a big one or something. I can only imagine it's like, because you can't see what actually the fish are inside the water. So we caught that one sunfish that was almost 1,400 kilos, and it's you're gonna notice something that's, you know, almost 1,500 kilos there is 1,400 kilos there in the water. So it's like not being able to tell what kind of fish it is kind of like blowing my mind. I'm like, what are you talking about, Eve? How can you not see that gigantic fish? It's the size of like a fucking school bus. There she is. The Pacific bluefin tuna. The Pacific bluefin tuna is a fish belonging to the mackerel family. It reaches up to 6 meters in length and 2 tons in weight. This fish usually lives in groups, swimming super fast and hunting for prey all day long. Due to its high economic value, it is threatened with extinction from overfishing. Ain't that the truth? Because boy howdy do those guys taste great. Fantastic. So now that we've caught all those fish in there, we only have about 2 to 3 fish left. We only have the jumbo category, so we managed to get all those. Pacific bluefin tuna, we've got all the Nicky stuff. We only have 2 left for the Humbo Jumbos. So after that, we've got to pick up the fantastic bait, which is going to be it's all the way on the other end of the arena of the area. Not exactly the worst thing in the world, but hey, there could be certainly worse things out there. So we'll go over there, finish the quest, because it's going to take us right back to our good friend Clyde. And we're going to pick up the last 2 fish at the Oasis. And since they're of the jumbo variety, they're going to probably put up a massive fight. Nothing short of, like, if we fail that, it's like it's going to be pretty damn expensive to try again. Though this game for the most part is like pretty low stakes. Like even fucking up the fishing, it's not too harsh. Go to the funk yard. Let's see. Because where they're talking about is up here in the corner. And in order to get the bait itself, we gotta go over there. Because I remember specifically when I was playing this game first time around. Oh, nice, I missed. When I was playing this game the first time around, I went over to the this quarry area. And when you go over there, you go down this nice big tunnel, and you're like, wow, there's items down here. And you try to open the chest. And I said to myself, it's like, that's a really good way to make sure I never come back to this area. Because they put it's at the very bottom of like this long, arduous swimming section. I shouldn't say arduous, but it's like it's a swimming section, and swimming is just very slow. Kind of annoying. Because you gotta do like this. Go downstairs. To go over here. Because we need to open the box. It should be down in the corner, yep. because you need a password to open this crate. I only know that now because the first time around when I got here, I'm like, well, this sucks. Common Writer O's and beta, beta, beta.
It's the fantastic bait.
It's the fantastic bait. What is it? It's the fantastic bait. Great. At least they give you the option to warp back immediately. Because like, boy, howdy, do I not want to go swimming through that again. At least that's done with.
Looks a little fish.
The Fish of Legends. In my father's journal, I read about the whale shark, a legendary fish. He wrote that the fish is as big as a house. He had not seen it himself, but he heard about it from Clyde, who had witnessed such a gigantic fish. After learning of its existence, catching the whale shark became my father's sole purpose. He even set aside his responsibilities as a scavenger to fulfill the goal. If whale sharks are prospering out there, it means that the earth is healing, right? That's why my father was after the huge fish, to give hope to the people of Zion. Even though I share the same goal, I know that I'm not good enough of a fisher to catch it. If someone catches a whale shark, please scan it and send the data to me. Here's a memorandum. According to the journal, only the fantastic bait can lure whale sharks. It gives you 7,000 useless dollars and a legendary fishing badge. You bet we're taking that on.
As big as Adam's tetrapod.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Now there's only one location that you have a chance to find the whale shark. And if you believe it, it's where it all started. We've got to head back to Oasis. There's only 2 fish in the jumbo category, which is the whale shark
Ready to leave now. No regrets.
and the Dunkelostis. So I have another story about my vacation. When whale sharks are obviously they are harmless for the most part in the first place. They're not very fast. They're kind of slow, but they are part of the shark family. So it's they're just literally regular dudes for the most part. So like when I was on vacation, they had like a little thing you could go swim with whale sharks and such. I would have liked to have done that, but things did not go well to that specific event in the Philippines, and I did not get to swim with the whale sharks or the dolphins. I get to go to this kick-ass aquarium, and I got to see sharks there. I get to feed penguins too. That was awesome.
As
So,
Sup? About the fantastic fishing point,
have you ever heard the old tale of
the bluebird.
a bluebird. What's this bird got to do with fishing?
Well, yeah, what's it got to do with
Thought we
fishing?
were going to talk about fishing spots.
Never mind. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
What
about
I'm
it.
trying to say is sometimes the thing you do anything to have is already yours.
Yeah, 'cause it's here.
Maybe you're right. Ah, okay. Are you trying to tell me about this oasis?
Yeah. After my first visit, I ended up sticking around. It was just so unique and beautiful. But then I journeyed far away to find a better spot.
Oh, look at that. He journeyed around so far and wide.
Long time to realize
Home was where he
place
started
I
off in the
had.
first
Well,
place.
Turns out it was good enough the whole time. Then it occurred to me. Peace really isn't all that far away.
See, there you go. The serenity of fishing.
Fear, curses. My heart's got room for more than just that. Peace. It depends on what you think peace is. Sorry for telling such a boring story, Angel.
I love that.
Apologize.
He's like, that's what
I
it's
just
all
wanted to
about.
say, one day I hope you find a place.
You gotta
that is
find your inner
peaceful.
peace, man.
I didn't
Gotta
think the
hang
story would go
out.
this way.
Because fishing teaches you important life lessons.
Appreciate the advice. And the fish.
Give a man a piece of bread, and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he'll eat for a lifetime. Let's see. We are 500 short. I'm not leaving. I messed it up.
Hold it now.
Do I have to buy fantastic bait? No, I do not.